need to think very hard about whether there's anything that ever needs.
Valeri, come take a look at this.
Some sort of notebook.
It's the on-duty logbook for the theater. Kulish, he mostly used it to record any unusual incidents during a show, audience numbers, exit times, and so on. Yes, he'd always have this logbook with him when he checked.
This should confirm a lot of key details about the recent show.
Yes. The number of people. Apparently, we have an extra person among us.
Are we certain that logbook is accurate? Could someone have sneaked in without...
Unlikely. Kulish took his duties very seriously. Not to mention that this was a dress rehearsal, meaning smaller audience numbers and tighter tickets.
We no longer have our tickets with us, do we?
Unfortunately not. The theater recycles tickets. Still, I'm inclined to believe that this discrepancy in the head count...
Did an extra person just materialize out...
Tonya, did you find anything?
Not yet. Still looking. So... are we,
This looks like...
well, it doesn't look Alright, let's read it together.
Huh. This has to be Vodian.
Maybe it's a little rude for us to peek at this. I feel like I just read someone's secret diary by accident. It sounds like she's writing this for her parents, right? Because her water imp parents belonged to the aristocracy, who were driven out of Snezhnaya by the Tsaritsa long ago. And now they live somewhere new, where the post... We're sorry! It's fine. My fault for not storing it properly. I can't leave things lying around and expect... Alright, give me my notebook back. I'll take a... Oh God, and this one... Oh
Ah, Traveler. Alosha found it. We're both curious to hear your perspective. It appears to be a... well...
An investigation report, huh? Looks quite old.
The theater manager must have hired an investigator once specifically to look into this issue. Presumably, the manager wanted to know if the supposed haunting was dangerous while also being... Anyway, the bottom line is, the haunting is actually real after all. It's caused by an obstruction in the ley line.
Ley line problems are pretty unexceptional to me by this point. And while it's certainly it's hard to imagine what connection it could have to...
Some of the language that appears at the very end of the report caught my eye. My area of research doesn't touch on any of that, so it's complete... huh? A piece of paper just fell out from the report. It landed right by your feet. How unnerving. It was tucked inside the report, so death is near. Is that so? But if so, how did the author foresee it?
Maybe things are more complicated than we thought.
No, wait a second. If we take the report and the note at face value, the report definitively concludes that the hauntings in the theater are harmless and cannot affect the real world. The question is, what exactly does the note mean by death? The various ways we could interpret this keyword leading... If we take all this together, it's not impossible, is it?
Oh, I beg to differ. This sounds to me like a product of a researcher's vivid imagination. And perhaps it's because I'm still viewing this through the...
Does it really sound that far-fetched? Alright, well, let's treat that as speculation for now.
Good. Okay, now that we finally have some meaningful leads, I think it's time... So, that's about everything we've discovered so far. I'll share my theory first. Based on what we've learned from the logbook, if the killer had simply bought a ticket, it would have greatly increased the risk of their identity. I expect he or she either hid in the theater ahead of time, or found a way to slip past the ticket inspection.
What about the note found in the investigation report?
The killer may have simply planted it there as some sort of sick joke. I've seen my fair share of psychopathic killers.
So, it has nothing to do with the haunting of the theater after all.
This theory makes sense to me. If we have an audience member unaccounted for, chances are they didn't come here to watch the show.
Could it really be that simple?
So, in other words, all we have to do is find out who got it. Then let me make one thing clear. All the theater staff should be well aware that I came here for the rehearsal.
It's true. I hear you used every trick in the book to get a hold of that ticket, too.
I most certainly did not degrade myself in such a way.
Probably a stupid question, but I might as well ask. Did anyone here get in without having their ticket? Guess it was naive of me to expect them to just admit to it.
Especially after the unprompted Lelic reveal. Once was already a miracle. Twice?
I don't believe any of us here knew Shram before all this. If no... Mr. Shram, did you really go...
Huh? Me?
It's not that you stand out as suspicious, that everyone else has been ruled out as trustworthy.
Okay. Well, we spent the best part of 2 days together now.
Yeah, I have no doubt that you're a good person. But the although, actually, what was it you said last night? Yeah, your friend. Last time I checked, there were barely any of us remaining in Snezhnaya, and I suppose it's also kind of a way for everyone else.
Good grief. Are you blushing? Pull yourself together, man. Stop giggling like a teenage boy. It's revolting.
Hey, revolting is a little strong. I was just a bodyguard hired by our family. But the stars must have aligned, because sparks began to fly between me and their daughter.
We don't need details. Just get to...
Okay. I'm just a little hesitant to reveal her name, that's all. You know, even with me to protect her. If word gets out that she's dating a human, both the Fae and human factions will give her a hard time.
Really? Wait,
Huh? Shram.
Why is everyone looking at me like...
Delicate times.
Yes? You know, the Civil War? Last time I checked, the Fae and the humans were still at each other's throats.
If I'm not mistaken, the last significant civil war in Snezhnaya in history was over 400 years ago. When Her Majesty...
What do you mean, 400 years ago?
What's going on here? Is Shram from the past?
All right, Mr. Mitya, you win this round. As far-fetched as it is, it appears that your theory may be correct.
I'm just as amazed as you are. I didn't even believe it myself, to be honest.
Is someone going to explain what's going on here?
From the look on your face, you figured it out too, haven't you, Traveler?
The theater's ley lines have been modified to block souls within its grounds from returning to them. Mr. Schramm's statement proves he is from, and according to the investigation report on the theater hauntings, for some unknown reason, the soul that has been wandering the theater due to the ley line issues has joined our group and blended in. Yeah, that must be the immediate reason why the ticket count doesn't match the number of people present. The contents of the investigation report have been verified. There are indeed ley line issues, and Wandering's death is near. That must mean that there's a dead person in our...
Yeah, the logic is clear now. The investigation report said that there would be souls stuck wandering around the theater. Mr. Schramm must be one such soul who died in the theater a long time ago. In which case, so when the note said death is near, it must have been referring to death as in the deceit.
Someone who died.
In short, there's a dead person among us. The extra
You mean I'm a ghost? No. But even if I was dead, I know for a fact I didn't kill anyone these past 2 nights.
Yeah. Even if all that's true, the report also said the souls in...
Then what if the ley lines have a powerful ability to attract and devour souls? Let's say that the ley lines are like a black hole, constantly seeking...
Why does this analogy sound so...
What happens when the black hole can't achieve its goal? I'm only speculating here, but what if...
That could explain why we weren't able to determine a cause of death. If you're right, and their souls were devoured by the...
It does seem to explain a lot of the things we couldn't make sense of.
Except there's no concrete evidence. Mitya is relying on a lot of logical... Still, it seems like the best explanation we have under...
Alright, so how could Schramm not know that he's dead? Seems a little unlikely that...
On the contrary, it's perfectly normal for a soul to wander the theater for centuries without questioning their existence or reason for being there.
You know what, Mr. Brainiac? I think you might actually... I'm trying to remember and... Even though my head feels like it's going... I was the one who didn't want to remember my own death. So I forced myself to forget...
Well, I'm sure those are painful memories.
My lady and I snuck out to go on a date one day. We bought tickets for the theater. It wasn't really my thing, but I was just happy to be together. All of a sudden, a group of people burst into the theater, shouting for all the water imps to get out. Performers and audience members included. It was clear the conflict between humans and Fae had reached a boiling point. This time, the extremists were even coming after the water. I thought I could pull one over on them. So I took off my jacket, draped it over my lady, and tried to sneak out amid the chaos. But I got caught. They started shouting, calling me a traitor, but I was going to do whatever it took to buy our chance to escape. No matter how many people stood in my way. I had to, both as their bodyguard and out of love.
It's all right, friend. You can stop there if you want. You don't need to dig all that.
It's just... Even now, I'm... sorry. If I'd known I was a dead man walking, I wouldn't have dragged you down with me. If I'm the cause of all this death, then punish me.
But, Mr. Schramm...
No. I refuse to be a burden. I know what I have to do. You said I've been wandering the... I guess it's high time I got a breath of fresh air. Now,
Mr. Schramm, I'm sure we can figure out a different...
my good sir, we both know I'm not supposed to be here.
No, I'm speaking on a personal level.
Let it go, man. Oh, wait. One last thing. Miss Water Imp.
Ozarova. Oh, Auntie Ozarova. That's what we all call...
I'm so glad she survived. As long as she went on to be happy. That's all that matters. Besides, I'm dead. There's no need to see me off, my friends. I've enjoyed our...
Take care, my man.
I knew Mr. Shram was already dead, but...
Death is cruel, no matter how we might try to make sense.
So, was the conflict between Fae and humans really that bad back then? I was only little, so I don't remember much. Even the historical records about that time period don't say much about it. All people know is that the Tsaritsa founded the Fatui, drove out most of the Fae aristocracy without explanation.
It seems to me like the Tsaritsa chose to make herself the enemy. She downplayed the conflict, That's also why, despite how brutal the conflict was at the time, there hasn't been much lingering tension between...
So, the Tsaritsa banished the Fae to protect the Fae living in this...
Maybe it's not quite as bad as it sounds. I don't think Her Majesty is too concerned if mortal...
All this time, I had...
All right. If Mitya's theory is correct, then I think we can consider this matter settled. Let's all take a break.
Ugh, if only this blasted storm wasn't still...
Well, the information he revealed, it's given me a...
Looks like now we can just rest until the snowstorm stops. I still can't believe Shram turned out to be a ghost who'd been in the theater for hundreds of years.
Knock knock.
Huh?
Knock knock.
You know the door isn't closed, right? You don't have to...
Think of it as a signal then. When I'm entering someone else's room and I knock, I'm here as Odette. If I don't knock, thanks.
So, why did you come to find me?
Vodyanitsa said you knew about my secret identity but when everyone was discussing who Lelik could be, you were worried that revealing what you knew would be unfair to me. Yes, I'm extremely grateful for that.
It's nothing. I mean, you didn't hold what happened with Signora against me, so...
Actually, there's something else as well. I found myself in a situation, so I thought I'd come and ask you for advice. It's about Mitya. Before all of this, the last time I saw him, he was dead. As I'm sure you know, my goal as Lelik was to stop Project... Well, when I found out the tech lead for the experiment behind Project Stuja was Mitya, I immediately started I often saw him around the theater, but I soon concluded that So I decided to infiltrate the Armory Palace and go directly to his lab. That way, well, I suppose there was a bit of luck involved. But when I finally made it to his lab, Mitya seemed to be dead. I checked his breathing and his pulse. He had no vital signs. I thought maybe another anti-Project Stuja activist had beaten me.
That's why you were so on guard around Mitya that first night here.
Yes. When I saw him sitting in the audience during the performance, I could barely contain the shock. To me, it was a miracle. Somehow, he'd come back from the dead. But then, the murder started happening, and that is, until Mitya himself said there must be a dead person among us. Then...
And yet, you thought that bringing it up right away would single Mitya out. Just like...
Exactly. I thought there could... Besides, we soon figured out that Mr. Shram was a ghost.
But now, it seems like there's another candidate. I understand why you kept it to yourself. There was so much information being thrown around during that...
So, what do you think we should do?
Let me confirm one thing first. When?
Around a week ago. Sometime in the afternoon.
A week ago? That's earlier than I thought. I saw him just a few days ago at a restaurant. That definitely would have been after you found him dead. He seemed completely normal to me. Chatting.
So he was definitely alive on that day.
Here's a thought. The reason we even suspected a dead person could be among us, but Mitya's death happened inside the Armory Palace. The ley lines affecting the theater.
You're right. I guess he doesn't fit the profile of—
I think the chances of it being him are very low. Surely he can't have died for real in the armory.
Unless what?
Unless he really did come back from the dead.
You're right. Do you think—
Huh, what's this? A private meet and greet? Where do I line up?
That's not what's going on here.
Well, I was just making the rounds. Thought I'd try to lighten the mood a bit. Vodyanitsa's handing out food if you're hungry.
What is going on with this storm? Could it be connected to that monster that just arrived in...
I almost hope it is. Her Majesty the Tsaritsa left to vanquish that beast.
Do you think people still feel the cold after they die? I'm wondering about Shram.
Death itself is cold, isn't it?
Well, I hope he has a safe journey. I'm going to miss him, I think. Thinking back on it, we barely made it up once we get out of here. How are we going to explain what happened?
Are you okay?
Look who's Mr. Nice Guy all of a sudden. Is it because...
Yeah, without Tonya, who knows how—
I told you already, I never intended to...
Bunch of rascals. Little girl? I was rather surprised when you spoke...
No need to thank me.
I've been too embarrassed. So kind to everyone. But never lets her old man off the hook. Especially when she was little. All right. Easy now. Are you taking anything for it?
Yeah. I'll be fine once I see my brother. He's gonna pick—
I see. That's good to hear, then.
We should probably discuss arrangements for tonight, now that the deceased has left our midst. However, out of an abundance of caution...
shouldn't we take shifts?
No need. I managed to get a nap in earlier, so I have plenty of energy right now.
What a long day. This whole situation, but Valeri's right. I should just try to calm down and get some rest.
He's awake. He's awake! Get over here, you big lug, and take a look.
If you must call me something, call me Mr. Door. The Black Mist is coming. You need...
Are you all right? Can you walk? We just got attacked by monsters on our way up. That Mr. Door fellow protected us. He just seemed to come out of nowhere. Not much of a talker, but when it comes to taking down monsters, that man... Curses! The Black Mist is catching up. Mr. Door, I don't believe I've ever seen you around here before. Why is that?
There's no need to try to get to know me. I'm just Mr. Door. I have to...
Mr. Door! Looking for trouble! Committed them!
I can just push these ones off.
Oh. Well, anyway, we're lucky to have you here. Thanks for saving us earlier.
No need to thank me. This is where my duty lies.
So we're doing this the hard way.
Ready to taste my fists?
Remarkable work, Mr. Door. If I had your muscles, I'd do the same. Are none of these doors the one you're looking for?
No.
Come no closer. Impossible.
About this! How could this be?
I'm so... Wait, look! There's more monsters down there. Are they coming from within the black mist? No, no! They're gaining on us! Quick, keep going, or they'll be at a... Mr. Door, what are you doing? We need...
Found it. This is my door.
What? You mean...
I am a door. This is where my...
No! You saved us! We can't leave you behind!
You must keep going. A door can only keep things out for so long.
But... Oh, you're right. Let's go! We can't... The black mist isn't moving anymore. Looks like both the monsters and Mr. Door are gone. I didn't... Surely I wasn't so scared out of my mind that I... Oh, okay, good. There's no... getting sleepy?
What time is it? Is it morning? I think I had a nightmare. I guess everyone's still asleep? These past 2 days have... Larry?
Wake up! Everyone needs to wake up!
Just like the last 2 nights. No clear cause of death. I've been a real thorn in your side, haven't I, Mr. Valer? But for me, life will be all the duller for not having...
How's Tonya? Is she okay?
I just checked on her, and it doesn't seem like anything serious. She's just exhausted from...
That means Valeri was the only...
If Valeri was awake and keeping watch, it would have been impossible to kill him without waking everyone.
This is so frustrating. Why has nothing changed since yesterday?
Actually, one thing has changed. There's only one victim this time, not 2.
No similar cases have ever been... After the deceased Shram left, there was one... It's a reasonable conclusion. The number of people who die each night is equivalent to the number of dead among us.
Exactly. We identified Mr. Shram, and the night after he left, the death toll dropped. By that logic, there must be one more dead person left among us.
Another one? But there was only one person unaccounted for.
Having an extra person was definitely a cause for alarm. But being one person short isn't nearly as unusual. Someone could have left in the middle of the...
One more dead person among us. If Mitya's theory is right, then it's just, at the time, we had no If only we'd taken it more seriously as a
I'm sorry. This is my fault. I had information that could have been...
I'm partly to blame as well. I was too quick to
What is this about? What have you two been getting up to behind my...
Sounds like there's some big news you've been keeping from the rest of us. I'm the dead person? wow,
Odette and I talked about it yesterday, but we thought it just wasn't possible.
yeah, I don't blame you. If I'd been there, I probably would have reached the same conclusion. Let me just try and verify this. I just scoured my memories trying to think back to, but I honestly have no recollection of dying. That's where I'm different than Mr. Schramm.
Having seen Mr. Mitya a few days ago myself,
Well, if it isn't Mitya, then who?
If you don't mind me asking, Traveler, I believe you mentioned that you know Tonya's brother.
No, never.
Now, just 1 minute. I know where this is going. You're in the hot seat, and all of a sudden you want to divert our—
Trying to pick a fight, Mr. Chuganov? Whenever you open your mouth, all you do is attack.
You little—
Did Mitya ask about Tonya because he— I suppose I only identified her by age, and not—
I'm just saying, you're going around casting I can vouch for her, if nothing else. I've seen her before. She's the
Oh, really? You're telling that
Since being here, I don't think I ever mentioned she was Child's sister's.
if Chuganov can vouch for her, then it can't be Tonya either. In which case, Miss Odette, could you go over that afternoon with me one more time?
No problem.
No matter how hard I try, I just can't remember. Miss Vojanitsa, during our last meal together, I told you how some of the researchers were suffering from
oh, yeah. You said it was hindering the progress.
Right. And even though I don't remember dying that day, I'm pretty sure I experienced something. Some of my memories from that afternoon.
Are you suggesting you're missing the map?
Of course. How am I only just realizing this? Humans aren't necessarily.
You mean being silently assassinated, or dying in your—
The researcher's amnesia. I must thank you, Odette. I think your perspective just helped me All right.
Oh, leave! Hey, wait a minute!
Come on, kid. Aren't you gonna fight for your life?
I have other reasons beyond what's been discussed. In fact, I remember during Miss Odette's performance, while I was sitting in the audience stalls, a brilliant new idea. I can't remember it now at all, and I didn't take any notes. I guess that must be another instant.
No. Hold on. I see where you're going with this. There's a glaringly obvious flaw in that idea, no?
I believe Miss Odette's account. During the period where my memory is blank, I must have been either dead or in a... All it would take is for the same thing to happen in the theater, and I would come under the effect of the ley lines in this vicinity. This increased...
But...
There's no evidence to suggest that anyone other than me is a candidate for the... Please relax, everyone. I don't think things are as bad as they may seem. If, on the other hand, I'm still alive right now, well...
Mitya's right. This is the only thing we can try right now.
What is a scientist if not someone who gambles on experiment after experiment? With this snowstorm, the ley line phenomenon, ghosts of the dead, and my amnesia, we've been paralyzed by not knowing and powerless to do anything. But if I do get resurrected, you can be sure that I'll come back with the truth of all this.
Poor Mr. Mitya.
Maybe it's a good thing that you weren't there to see it.
I hate goodbyes. Why does it feel like everyone around me is slow?
Maybe it's the realization that, come to think of it, the main reason we're still alive right now is you could take it a step further and say that the same is true outside too. If I make it out of here, I'm going to cherish every moment that I'm awake.
Without regrets, I feel like a strange sense of anxiety has been quietly growing inside.
Are you okay?
If something's bugging you, let's talk about it. There's only a few of us left here now. After—
I have a travel companion named Paimon. Alosha and Odette have met her before.
You're worried about her, aren't you? That makes—
To be honest, I used to feel like I was just a spectator in this world.
A descender?
But with Paimon by my side, over time, I slowly felt my connection to this world. She loves eating, sleeping, and having fun. But over the last few days that we've been apart, I've often caught my... But by the time I snap out of it, the conversation has already moved on. I'm trying to overcome this sense of detachment, but I really miss Paimon.
I bet she misses you when you're not there as well.
I don't know if this will make you feel any better, but back when the water imps left Snezhnograd in droves, I could be surrounded by people all smiling and having fun. Later on, I started to think, maybe accepting the fact that our loved ones won't always. All we can do is cherish their companionship. So, once we get out of here, you better hurry back to our side as fast.
Thank you. That's exactly what I needed to hear.
But Vodyanitsa, if you hate goodbyes too...
That's just the choice I made. I used to regret it. Like I said before, singing is a water imp's primary mode of expression. Our songs have echoed through this theater for hundreds of years. Each one a story pieced together through moments. But does a story exist without someone to read it? So I made the choice to stay. That way, there would still...
Could you teach me how to understand your people's song?
A fan after my own heart.
Okay, I'll do my best. I've never heard that one before.
Color me impressed, Tonya. Most people can only tell if a song is happy or sad. I didn't...
So
I've actually never performed this song in the theater before, because it has more of a It means something like, may those we have lost watch over us, and follow this song back home in the night.
No wonder I could hear that sense of longing. You sing it for loved ones who have passed away.
It's getting late, Tonya, and you're not well. We should all turn in...
Okay, but,
Of course. Anything for my
Once I get out of here, I definitely don't. But I guess that means I'll never get to hear Vodyanitsa sing before I fall asleep. Where am I? It's so dark in here. What was that noise?
Return, O spirits. Fulfill your oath of protection.
I'm alive?
No time for questions. Quick, over here. Turn on the... All right, we're safe. Sort of. I know it's hard, but you can't let this place go dark, or she'll kill you. Yep. Luckily, I was here to resurrect you.
A bit more than a bummer, I'd say.
Sure I do. I'm your guardian spirit. I specialize in soul recall.
Thanks.
All right, there's no time to waste. The black mist is already catching up. We need to reach the next switch before the place gets too dark. If we bring the light back, Night Prayer won't be able to get to us. Sweet, sweet light! It's back! Now that's a sight need to move quick, but don't let her notice you. Look out! The next switch is over there. No, Nightbringer is here too. This can't be the only path. Let's head up there and... I won't let you die like this. Not on my watch. The switch is just up ahead. Hurry! It's too dark. We're not gonna make it. Traveler! I won't let you die like this. Not...
Even though it's not permanent, dying is definitely not a pleasant
Great. You're back.
Yeah, thanks to you.
Time for you to get out of here.
What about you? You're not coming with me?
I can't. I've already been used up. A guardian spirit's skills are finite. I might not look any different, but my essence has been exhausted. I can go no further.
Why didn't you tell me sooner?
Because it wouldn't have changed anything. That knowledge would have just burdened you.
But...
Go. Now, before it's... What do you need, sir? How could this happen?
Well, I guess there's no need to inspect the body.
This wasn't supposed to happen.
Take a long, hard look at yourself before you go. I suspected you on day one, Lelik, and now look where we are. By some strange coincidence, you've never been targeted. And you, little hunter, ever so content with staying on the sidelines. Yet, you were the one who stopped us.
Now you're just lashing out indiscriminately. Where was all this passion and bravado before? Decided to fight until the...
Is that a threat? Fine, bring it on. You think I'm afraid to die after all?
After all the trauma of the past few days, everyone's... Valeria and Mitya aren't here anymore. Someone else needs to step... But first, I need to think this through. Considering everyone left... Of those who remain, the only person we've never met before is Tonya. People are easily misled by first impressions. Now that I think about it, Child's sister was in fact a label I imposed, but Mr. Chuganov vouched for Tonya's identity yesterday. Tonya, how's Tusser been lately?
Tusser?
Your brother Ajax must have mentioned me in his letters home, right? Did he say anything?
No. And...
Oh,
Chuganov, looks like it's your turn to do some explaining.
I knew you were behind this, Chuganov. You've been... Everything about you is fake. Down to the wife and daughter you're always talking. That night, when I infiltrated your place as Lelik, I noticed you were home alone. Didn't think much, but thinking back on it now, that doesn't seem very likely.
Even that was a lie? But...
Curses! Oh, why is there...
I think I remember now. The reason I'm always coughing is because I got sick with frostbite. It's not a very common illness. It's partly genetic and partly caused by the cold climate. After a while, I felt myself growing weaker and weaker. Nothing seemed to... So one day, I told my brother that I wanted him to take me outside for once. He agreed. He snuck me. We got to the theater, bought tickets, and went inside. Oh, it was all so
Oh, Tonya.
When I woke up, I couldn't find my brother, but there's no way he'd leave me behind. So I decided to stay here and wait for him.
Tonya, it sounds...
Yeah, I know. I understand now. After all of that, it turns out I can't blame my brother. I'm sorry, everyone. I realized this much
Your name probably isn't even Tonya, is it?
Well, when I was little, my brother and I read a storybook when we escaped from the hospital, our family in the hospital. So when you first approached me and said my brother had sent, I thought he must have chosen a fake name that only the two of us would know.
At least your memory of death isn't painful. Now it's your turn, Chuganov. Talk to...
You're right. I was lying. I happened... And... Yes. The truth of the matter is... I lost them. My daughter's name was Iskra. And before you ask, yes, she also died from the snow cough. She was just after Iskra passed. My wife couldn't... One day when I came home from work and saw the... empty, I soon discovered that this was the only...
Nothing more than a pathetic means of escapism, I know. So explain your false testimony then.
The night before last, when I was chatting with Tonya, she mentioned that her brother would brew medicine for her from frost. Combined with her various symptoms, I suddenly The snow cough used to be an incurable illness. I would pick frost fairy flower leaves to brew, but the year after my daughter passed away, the jester of the Fatui announced that a cure for It turned out that all previous treatments were completely ineffective. That was the final straw for me. So, more than anyone, I know full well poor Miss Tonya, therefore, had to have been from an error.
So, you projected your daughter onto her? Even though you knew she was one of the dead?
That doesn't make any sense. You knew she was already dead.
I just don't believe in your crackpot theories. How can you just declare a living person dead and throw them out into that snowstorm? Mitya's gone. My good buddy Shram's gone. And now the others I can make my peace with. But little Miss Tonya, here she is, standing right. I just want her to live. Once this snowstorm is over, I'll be damned if I'm gonna let you cast. Not again! Not this time! No!
Mr. Chuganov, stop.
Tonya.
By the sounds of it, you've known I was dead since the night before last. I really liked Mr. Valeri, Mr. Mitya, and I'm not happy about that. The reality is,
No! Listen to me. I want to save you.
Well, at this point, I'm quite sure that I'm dead. Despite all the bad things that kept happening. Since the day I escaped that hospital until now, I'm very fond of you all. If it were only possible, I'd trade my... And that's why I'm not fond of you at all, Mr. Chuganov. It's them that you owe an apology to, sir. Well then, I suppose this is it.
You're leaving already? It's still
No thank... My name is Patashka. It was nice meeting you all.
Feels strange that we're only being properly introduced now that it's time to say goodbye.
Tashka?
What are you doing, Tuganov? Are you crazy?
Let me leave.
In your dreams. Don't think you're getting off that easy when you had a hit. The Fatui have honed quite an array of enhanced interrogation techniques. I think we should leave. I doubt this snowstorm is ever going to stop. For all we know, this storm—
Wait, we finally solved the mystery of the haunted theater today. Maybe
Fair enough. I don't particularly feel like dying in Chuganov's company anyway.
And yet you won't let me die first.
Hey, Chuganov, on a serious note, if we do make it out of here, you should close down that factory of yours. A lot.
Is this really the time to be discussing my factory? All right, fine. I'll shut it down. Doesn't matter to me anymore.
Am I hearing things? Or was that a knock at the door? There it is again. But I don't understand. The snow—
Should we open the door?
Is this it? If the last few days are anything to go by, whatever lies beyond that door at this moment